Welcome to the Field of Streams, where every week I, your host, Janeen McCrae, read a short piece of my writing to you so that you, mercifully, don't have to. As I say almost every week, I can't promise you much with these little tidbits, but I can promise you this. They are, for the most part, short. And now, onto a brief intro before I get to the reading. The inspiration for today's post kind of came from the need that I was feeling at the time to step away from screens and the algorithm for a while. It just seemed like the news was constantly bad and overwhelming, and I couldn't take it at the time. I went to a wedding up in Bellingham. This would have been in August of 2024. And since it was so close to the Canadian border, I decided to go for a little explore. Over to Vancouver Island for a week and camp and walk around a bit in the woods. It was lovely. I did have my phone with me, don't get me wrong there, but I mostly used it to take photos. I wasn't really caught up in the details of news and goings-on. The whole point of it was to disconnect and reground myself, I guess. I maybe took that regrounding thing a little too literally. I just tripped over and slammed my knee into the ground. This is a story for another day. Let's drop that. Point is, you need to find a way to step away from the doom scroll and the bad news and just the constant distraction that that little thing in your hand has. Point is, you need to find a way to step away. Now, taking a literal hike or bike ride or whatever in fresh air without a screen has always been one avenue of escape for me, but there are other ways. Because I understand nature is not always easy to get to for everybody. So in this piece I offer up some alternative ways to let your mind take more of a metaphorical hike inside your head, in a way. I will say, if you have any other additional ideas of how to take a metaphorical hike in your mind or how you get away from things, feel free to leave a comment at the written version of this post, which the link is in the description, or you can email me directly at noodle@jumpinthestream.com. While you're at the site, don't hold back and sign up for the newsletter while you're there. And with that little plug out of the way, what I'm about to read to you is a little call to action, to use some marketing parlance, to get out there, sans distraction, to hike the real world or to hike your mind around the invented worlds of others so as to hike within your own. And on that perplexing note, sit back, relax, and absorb the sweet tremulations of my voice as I read to you a piece of my writing called Take a Hike. Take a hike. Slip your moorings from that dock of doom, from that scrolling rectangle of handheld gloom, from powerful hatred found in uninformed rooms. Take a hike! New world, new land, new you. This harbour, they say, is not safe for your kind, where your kind is a mind made easily blind, with fury, with sadness, with fear ill-defined. I'm not all that sure I can keep up with this rhyme. Exhaustion Harbour, thar be dragons. Step away, weary traveller, from the holes and the trolls and the suck of the soul, and step to the deck, the first step on your trek, and set sail to the peace that you seek, if lasting only momentarily, just like these rhymes. No more ones and zeros and keyboard heroes and burn to the ground wannabe Neros. These furious wastelands, thar be bandwagons. So go! Set sail to new trails for your spiritual loot reboot. Dream of streams not found on servers. Take a hike. Real world and metaphorical. No, not metaphorical. Let's leave meta out of this. Not metaphorically, euphorically. Joy City. Thar be humanity. Boots and blisters, gawp and grit. This is a foldable map to disconnected bliss. There's a start and an end, and a coming back with new lightness to deal with the heaviness. But first, you must disconnect. You must find your hike. Do it. Sail away, land ahoy, beach yourself and go. Toes in the sand, bugs on the skin, hoots and hollers and bird calls abound. No more tangled internets, no more fish rot brains, and the odours of foul opinion to stank the scene. Log off, step on, reground in the sound of the world. Step outside the rectangle. Step outside. Now, deep breath. Remember this? This is called nature. Look, a tree. Squirrel! Fern. Scat. Come closer. Look out. Vista. Feel. Look. Be. Hiking is fundamental for your mental fund. It is a human endeavour. This, the desire to walk the perimeter of your life, to see the edge and step a foot outside, to carry the essentials and show that you can live, is the glory of this animal. To find escape, to feel dirt, to survive on wit and on instinct alone, or together. A body used for what a body is used for. What joy! Take a hike. In the mountains, in your neighbourhood, release yourself from the rectangle and to the real. Stride boldly and with purpose through the shrubs and poodle dog bush and poison oak, over obstacles and around rock piles. Pick up pine cones and admire the giant audacity of their life's mission. Bash through the scrub like a bowling ball of pulsing energy. Scramble and stumble and stride and stride and stride. Forward. Lose the rhyme as you find your time. This is actual freedom. But I live in the city, you say, your hand tethered to the shape. My bills come at me as effortlessly as that stream of outrage about my latest poorly composed photograph. I exist in a concrete jungle of interconnected wires and barely connected souls. I cannot escape to hug a tree. Am I doomed to be a prisoner of my own geography? Artland. Thar be imaginations. Thar be escape. Hike a book. Hike a film. Hike a painting at a museum. On lands such as these, the hikes are short and long and day and through. Go solo. Go in groups. Just go. There's a whole world to hike, found in the imaginations of others. One possible antidote to the madness of this upside-down world. Simplistic, sure, but true. Take a hike. Disconnect from that anxiety and unplug from that clickable heart found in the love me, or this perception of me, love socket. I ask you, when the digital thumbs of approval don't talk, are we capable of loving ourselves? How deeply? I tell you, thumbs are for hitching a ride for that resupply of your soul, off trail, on trail, all trail, for all time. Take a hike. Silence the self-selfies and find yourself out there. The basics of your survival are very basic. Eat, sleep, maintain and treat. Eat. Eat when you are hungry. Eat when you are sad. Eat when your energy is low and your heart is empty. What should you eat? Eat anything that feeds your soul. Eat the love of your friends and feed them love in return. Eat the wisest of words found on the plates of your elders. Chow down on the beauty of nature, the wild skies, the calm seas, the green woods. Devour the experiences found outside of machines that do not know you or your dreams. Avoid the poisons and additives that clog the arteries of sense. Do not consume the empty calories found in screen feeds, only the sustenance of life found in love. Sleep. Sleep when you are tired and cannot take another step. Give your mind and body time to recover and rebuild and repair themselves away from the pull of the rectangle. Sleep is essential to survive the biggest hike of all, your life. You don't know how long this hike will be, so sleep. For without sleep we cannot dream, and we must feel free to dream. Dare, dream of a better life. of a future not dictated by outside forces, of a possible that you can possibly make. We reincarnate every day in the wake of our sleep. Even the rectangle sleeps. Maintain and treat. Maintain your spirit. Treat your wounds. Tend to the blisters of your being. Treat the mischiefs of the body and maladies of the mind. Bandages and medicines and massages and more. Stretch before battle. Cool down after war. Take a 0 day and more time away. Then keep walking. Find your peace and your pace. Take a hike. This disconnect may feel selfish and irresponsible and at times impossible. People will say, we can't turn away, we can't disconnect, that's how the world ends. True, you can't step away forever. There can be no escape from the news and the connection to the rectangle. It is the current shape of us. But we can hike. We can step off the rage rectangle and onto the trail. We can take a hike and remember who we are. We can find our trail magic and our trail angels and markers and shelters and creatures. We can respawn outside the algorithm to reset our attention, our purpose, and our sanity. Stop drinking the clout juice. Stop eating the poison pills. Step away from the vehicle of our crash scene. Take a hike. Me? I am hiking upon and across the sea. I am hiking in the sky. I am hiking at a gallery. I am hiking in my skin. I am hiking the world surrounded by signals and noise. I am connected by wires, but at peace with the rectangle. Hiking for this moment, on this day. Hello, I am free. I am me. My trail name is TBD. And there you have it, today's episode. I share these thought dreams just to demonstrate that inspiration can come from anywhere, and so you might as well do something with those dreams. And by that, I mean see what you can make from the thinnest sliver of inspiration. If you enjoyed today's episode, let me know through the ether somehow, or even just email me directly. You can get me at noodle@jumpinthestream.com. But for now, I'll leave you with this. Love what you love, and I'll see you out there making stuff.